I mean, you're absolutely right. Just on a sideline, Kroger's all about mergers and acquisitions, and they've been, consolidating their grocery store chains by acquiring quite a few smaller chains. Listen, they follow from a fundamental perspective, they totally meet all of the checks on our checklist. They have strong dividends. They're a good company, and they may not be in an exciting sector like cars or something like that, but they sure are a tried and true company. And right now, investors are okay just holding the stock and collecting the dividends, which is making this sideways choppy pattern that, guess what, you can totally make an income off of simply by trading the dips and the troughs, the peaks and the troughs. And so we're look like, as of yesterday, I got a signal that we should be either, if you're already in Kroger stock or in some call options on Kroger, you should be thinking about selling some call premium, buying some protective options. Um, these would be put options. If you're not yet in a position, you can take the opposite approach. We can talk about shorting some stock, or we could talk about buying some deep in the money, far out in time put options. But it looks like not only did we get the signal, and I got to say, we got the signal, and then I looked for validation. This is a pretty nice bar pattern that shows that we may have found a top. And in addition to that, I got some nice healthy volume leading into this signal. So I felt very good last night, perhaps looking for an opportunity to short some Kroger stock or buy some deep in the money, far out in time put options. And today I'm just getting validation that today might be the thing to do. I'm going to wait until the afternoon or even evening session. It wouldn't even be a bad idea to wait until Monday. But so long as things are still going down, I might consider doing that, at least in my paper trading log, which if people are new to selling premium, they might do this as a paper trade. And by setting up that initial, I call it the initial covering position, the next time I bottom out, I'll be ready to sell some put options and then buy some protective call options. I'll sell some near term put options that are at the money, and I'll buy some call options 3 to 6 months out, somewhere with a strike price up here around $50. And, that'll be the beginning of me creating some income on Kroger. And I think this is the perfect position stock to do that, Kroger.
Right. You would assume the week after Thanksgiving, everyone doesn't shop for groceries for a couple weeks.
Yeah, and I don't know, how much profit margin there is in groceries, especially right now with food prices up, but, it's people can't stop eating. So they have to keep their cabinets stocked with something. So grocery stores are always going to have customers. There's no, what are you going to do? Eat your back lawn? No.
Y-
You got
I could tell you the profit margin on a quarter to quarter basis.
do
It's
it.
1.7%.
Yeah, so it's not a huge growth, but we don't, as premium sellers, we don't wanna be a huge growth stock. You know, a lot of people wonder about me and my premium selling, but, when you're buying options, it's kinda like the person who goes to a casino, right? And if you know anything about casinos, if you look at the big picture, the way that casinos make so much margin is that, pretty much nobody is going, very few people win, right? That's the whole idea. They invest money, and there's a lot of losers. Now, they do pay out a little bit, but when you sell premium, right, the buyer is like the person who goes to a casino. But when you sell premium, guess who you are? You are the casino, right? I am the one who, I'm going to be paying out a few times, but for the most part, I'm going to be making these little gains of people who are buying in. So I like to be the casino. And if you look at any casino's balance sheet, they make money in the long term. They make lots of money in the long term. And so do we as premium sellers. So if anybody has a question about what's the difference between buying options and trying to, catch those moves is kind of like being a patron of a casino. Whereas selling options, selling premium, like I talk about every week, that's all about being the casino.